near the entrance with another woman. She sighed and checked her anger against her client. "The plane is waiting." Scarlett nodded to the doorman, who was attired in a formal top hat and three-quarter-length coat. He signaled for a black town car that had been idling on the quiet block. Out of nowhere appeared several paparazzi. They began snapping photos like mad. Fleur placed her hands on her hips and angled a shoulder in a provocative pose for them. "Let's go, Fleur." Scarlett gave her a minute and then grabbed her hand. This was not the brilliant legal career Scarlett had imagined while she was pulling all-nighter study sessions in law school. She slid into the back seat and let out a sigh of relief as the driver steered his way through London. "Did you call them?" Scarlett had traveled with Gina Fleur Georgopoulos long enough to know that she often called paparazzi to keep herself in the headlines. A Greek native from the Bronx, she'd moved to London, adopted an accent, and took the world by surprise when she had one of her boyfriends buy billboards over Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. Soon everyone was asking, who is Fleur of London? On some level, a low one, Scarlett thought. It was brilliant. "If I'd just had the chance to speak to Vladimir, they could have gotten some great shots. Cover page stuff." Fleur sniffed. "I'll be lucky if those make it into print at all." Fleur was known for her outlandish costumes. "Chin up, Fleur," Scarlett said. "I'm sure that outfit is print-worthy. Besides, you should be celebrating. This new cosmetics trademark deal is nearly complete. You're about to be one very wealthy woman." One of the top makeup companies in the world, High Gloss Cosmetics, was licensing the Fleur of London trademark for a new line of brilliantly colored products, including lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and mascara. "Pour me a couple of shots of vodka, then." Fleur smiled coyly and shoved on oversized sunglasses, her signal that she was through talking. "I have a call to make," Scarlett replied, matching Fleur's smile. A bartender she was not. Scarlett punched in a number on her phone. "We're on our way," she said, and clicked off. She had already had a long day of negotiations regarding the intellectual property uses, and now they were en route to Los Angeles for Fleur to meet with the company in person. It was the final phase in the deal. Fleur was a master of self-promotion who had, surprisingly, few other talents. She hired other fashion designers to create her line, dressed outlandishly, wore makeup more suited for kabuki theater, and dated billionaires. This got her a multi-million-dollar deal that others worked a lifetime for and never realized. When they arrived at the airport, Fleur gravitated toward the partner, which was fine with Scarlett. In her mauve silk blouse and chic gray wool suit, she could hardly compare to the peacock style of Fleur. Not that she wanted to, though. In fact, Scarlett preferred being an advisor to her famous clients. Most fashion designers and actors she worked with were creative and accomplished, and they worked well together with mutual respect, but occasionally an eccentric client like Fleur came along and usually landed in her lap at the firm. Scarlett was one of Marsh & Gold's top intellectual property attorneys and made the firm a fortune every year. "Welcome aboard." Lucan Blackstone was her 50-something boss from Los Angeles. Originally from London, Lucan seemed to be going through a permanent midlife crisis. Fast cars, fast women, fast money, that was his motto. He traded in Teslas, Lamborghinis, yachts, and long-legged European models. Both men and women were attracted to his charm, intelligence, and silver-haired movie star good looks. He was the consummate rainmaker. Marsh & Gold partners often overlooked his missteps to keep his deals flowing. Scarlett stepped into the cabin of a newly outfitted Boeing jet, which had replaced the Gulfstream 550 Lucan had deemed too small. The crew closed the door behind her, ready for wheels up. She cocooned herself in a large white leather recliner, surrounded by creamy white and beige leather, polished burl wood trim, and every amenity one could want at 50,000 feet. With a touch to a digital screen, she lowered the shade and adjusted her light. Her sparkling water and crudité vegetable plate